Hi and welcome back to a brand new video. And today in this React hook series, we are going to see another hook which is provided by React, that is the useEffect hook. To handle all these side effects in your app, you use this useEffect hook. So how you can handle this use effect and handle the entire state of the application. So in order to use the use effect inside your application, you use this hook like this. And now this takes in a callback. So I write a function which takes in a callback. And here, let's say I want to do now a fetch statement. So let's do something like this. Let's copy this fake placeholder, and now I can just grab the data of this. Let's say this is my HTTP request. Let's do it like this. And now what I can do, this is a type of a promise, so I can do a then, and here I receive a response. I can do the JSON format of this just like this, and now I can chain a then again, and now try to set this data in a use state hook. Now let me just try to show you. If I use the use state, now this HTTP request is gonna provide me some data. So in order to use that data, I need to store that in a state. Let's say data set data is equal to I use state, and by default my data is a blank array. Now here whatever data I'm getting, I can do it something like this. That's absolutely fine. Now once the data is being set, now I can render over here. I write data.map. I'm going to get the user inside this, and for each and every user in React, I wanna return let's say a UL. Inside a UL, I wanna then return a list item, and inside this list now I wanna do the map thing. And let me just try to show you one more thing. Just remove this UL from over here and get this thing outside this. Now you want to map for each and every row list, and now what I want to do is json.stringify, and I want to string. I want to show you how this data you get over here. So I do json.stringify, and let's have this data over here. Let's hit save, and over here, as soon as, let me just check. Okay, and now this use effect uses a second argument, that is the dependency array. That means on this effect, this entire callback function will run only when some dependency is there. Let's say we have, at present we have no dependency, though this thing will run for the first time. Now what we have, let's see. Okay, just a sec. Let's just grab this use effect, place it over here, and now let's change it quickly to our array. Let's see if we are getting some thing into our console. We have okay, can you read the properties of undefined? That's absolutely fine. Now I write here, if my data dot length is greater than 0, and then only show me this thing. So now if I do a reload and I just check it again on my console log, what I get now, can you read properties of undefined length? Okay, there is can you read properties of undefined length. And if I see into my page, it says over here, okay, so here we can send if data, and here we can set it to a null in initial if data is present. Let's see if we have the get request done, and here you can see the data is available. Okay, and now what I can do, if the data is there, then definitely do it just like this. And now on the then I get this data, or let's say this is a user's data. I do it users data just like this, and now I can set the users data just like this. And hence I can also do something like this, a conditional statement. What I can put over here is just let me try to put it. Yeah, and now let me take a blank array over here, and now I can check for ul if my data dot length is equal to 0, then I wanna show no data just like this. If I do something like this, okay, so now you can see there is some data is present over here, but definitely here you can see one more error. Each child in a list should have a key, so let's add a key prop. So here I can do a key prop, and to this I can now assign the data as user dot, and we have inside this I think we have a ID, so I can do a ID prop on this, and as soon as the data reloads, now all the errors are gone and you can see a list of data is available to us. Now I can also do something like this. If I do again a then block, and now over this I can do user data. This end block should be entered over here, but before this, now I want to transform my data. How I can do that? Here I get the response, and now I want to do a response dot map where I get an individual user, and now I want to return a brand new object where I only get id is equal to u dot id, and then I want the name. Let's say u dot let's say name is u dot name. I only want these items to be there from the data, and now here I can now represent two things. That's the u dot id, okay, and then plus with some spaces we can do something like this, and now we can have u dot name. Let's add something like this, and if we now try to save, and here sorry we have the user, let's give it a user, let's hit save, and now you can see we got the data just like this, okay. So here we have the entire thing available. So using the useEffect hook, we are able to fetch the data. Now let's say we wanna have more things. Let's say I want the data for only user 1, and if I do a reload I have no data, but let's say it's user slash 1. Let's see, still no data. Now let me try to have another data from where I can get the data. Let's say fake API. Let's check from the fake REST API, and if I go down here you have a list of to-dos. So let me just grab this thing now, and now what I can do, I can replace my users from this list what I am having over here just like this, and now this piece of data is going to be dynamic in nature. So what I want to do here, I want to have a counter where now I am going to implement a counter state, counter set counter just like this, and now I can set it to useState where the counter starts from 1 I guess. And now what I want to do is just remove this then block, and now here we are getting to-dos, and the answer will be set to to-dos. Just let me just save this and blank it over here, and now I can do over here I get to do, and now I can link, let's say the key is json.stringify to do, and now I can also give the data over here so that you can see the entire data. Let's hit save, and now And now in this I want to check on each and every, because now my entire fetch API depends over the counter. So it will be 1, so /1 to do's I will get the /2. That's why our entire request is, this callback is depending upon, this effect is depending upon the counter. So this is my dependency, and I'm then adding this dependency over here inside this array of dependencies. Now what I can do, I want to implement two buttons. Okay, let's implement two buttons over here. Let's say this is button 1 button, and let's also copy this, and this is for increment, or let's say next to do, and we can say previous prev to do. We can do something like this. And now on click of this button, now I wanna set the counter. I have some counter value inside this, let's say CNTR, and I want to have the CNTR plus 1. The same thing can be done on the previous counter as well. If I do something like this and try to decrement 1 from this, let's hit save. And if we go to our React tab, so I think now we have this to do. Let's for now remove this key prop, and data.length is this. My useState starts from 0. Rest everything is fine. Let's see if we have some inspection arrays inside this. The problem is okay, let's add a 1 over here first. Now let's hit a save. Let's see, res.map is not a function. Let me just check where we are using this map, data.map. Okay, and here we are doing the res.json. Let's check the call. Do we get the data? The data is available. We are getting some data. Okay, we are getting some data over, definitely. So now what I want to do, the data is also there. We get this thing, we set our to do. Okay, and now we are just trying to map this, but right now we don't require to be mapped. In fact, we can just see our data directly, because now this is not an array, this is just the data which is present over here. If I hit save, now you can see the to do, and if I do the next to do, you can see all the data I am getting based on this. I can do a previous thing, or I can also do the next thing. So this is how you can implement useEffect to handle all the side effects into the application. So thanks for watching, guys, and this was the video regarding the useEffect. If you like the video, please hit the like button. This will really give me motivation to make more videos. And also please subscribe to the channel so that you will get all the notification for latest videos, and you will easily learn and enjoy all the JavaScript frameworks what I teach on this channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you now in the next one.